Hey guys, it's me, Ramen Rider here. So I found some old notes, and I completely forgot that I had written these down. Originally, when I was before Slightly Portly Gamers, I planned on making a YouTube channel based on hobby stuff, mainly around Warhammer 40k. I have my notes here, and I'm going to be going over the content creators that helped me out the most. I'm going to pause. Oh, wait. Yep, so he's going to keep talking. I'm just having this in the background. I was going to have Space Hulk running, but I forgot I uninstalled that, and I don't want to wait to have it installed because it is late at night, and I want to do this while this is fresh in my mind. I'm just going to pause it here. But I'm going to share with you guys the top content creators that I found on YouTube that really helped me understand the lore, get into the game, piqued my interest for the game, really gave me an inside view of products and things like that. Just things that really helped me get into it, become more excited for it. And I believe these things will help you too. I will leave a list of all these content creators in my content below. It just may take a little while for me to actually put that in there, because I usually have to wait quite a while before it will let me edit my stuff. Alright. And I will, at the end of the video, I will also go over some channels that I particularly don't really like, or channels that I started watching but then just kind of got bored with. So they're not all the ones at the end are going to be necessarily bad channels, like they're, as in, they're horrible people, but they're just channels that either rub me the wrong way or I just lost complete interest in. So none of these are in any type of order that I'm going to present to you. Oh shit, that's on the other page. Alright, so first off is Kamazar Gamza. What really got me is, when I was looking around, is his Trash Terrain series, which is really good. If you're just starting out, you have your miniatures, but you don't have enough money right now to use like terrain models and things, he has an excellent video on how to turn ordinary house items into good tabletop terrain. I mean, he has a whole series on it. It did really well. He's also protected the series, or not the series, but the gaming community too, from some kind of outrageous things that have happened. There's basically a group that, well, there's more than one group, but there's a collective of people that want change in Warhammer 40k. They don't play the game. They don't understand the game. Most of the stuff that they get their information from is either off of Wikipedia, or they make really poor assessments, or they make really poor arguments on why the Warhammer community is such a bad community, or why the game needs to be changed. But again, these are people that want the game to be changed for the sake of change, but they have no interest in playing this game, becoming part of the community. And the Warhammer 40k community, or the Warhammer community in general, is an awesome community. It's really new player friendly, new person friendly. Everybody on my list here is somebody that would probably, sit down, have a beer with you, or welcome you arms wide open into this community. Like, some of the stuff that one of the groups was saying that was bad about the community, which turned out to be completely false, was saying that, all this bad stuff was happening at one of the stores, and everybody said, well, what store, where is it, so we can, protest the store and get GW involved. And they went silent, completely and utterly silent And then after a couple of back and forths with people trying to talk to this group and then them responding to the Warhammer community, it just turned out the stuff that they said was going on wasn't really going on. They just believed it was, but it really isn't. So Kamazar Gamza, really great for when you're starting out for terrain pieces that you can make at home. He does do some tactic stuff. I do enjoy his humor. Overall, I really like his stuff. I like what he brings to the table. He adds a lot. It's kind of hard to put everything in kind of newish terms for you guys, but definitely give him a check out. He goes over like some tactics, some squad stuff, and God, I can't speak. Do-it-yourself stuff. Overall, he's really awesome. Let's see, who else do I have? Alright, so next is Chapter Master Valrak, and also I'm going to put in Kiroff TV. Both of these guys will do updates on GW News, like if there's new products coming out, rumor engine stuff, new video game review, like if new games coming out, stuff like that. Chapter Master Valrak has played, I can't even remember the game now. He does have some gameplay footage of different Warhammer 40k games. One of them is Eternal Crusade. That's what it is. He plays with a guild on that, or like a group. Both these guys are really good for gaming news, and each of them kind of has lore. Chapter Master Valrak has some lore videos, and I think Kiroff has some lore videos too, but I do watch Kiroff TV more than I watch Chapter Master Valrak, just because his videos come out. And Kiroff also has been showing off like his miniatures that he's painted, his Slanesh guys. Very, very cool paint job that he's done. So I do suggest checking those guys out. Like if you want to know about upcoming new miniature releases and things like that, they'll definitely have you covered. Splattercat Gaming. Now, I didn't realize he was a 40k guy at first, because I started watching his Let's Plays and things like that, and then when Space Hulk came out, not Space Hulk Deathwing, but when Space Hulk came out, and just the voices he was doing was cracking me up, he really got me sparked into 40k. Like, I wanted to know more about the chapters, I wanted to know more about, the aliens, the bad guys, who's the good guys, who's the bad guys, but in 40k there really are no good guys or bad guys. It's just which is the lesser evil kind of deal. But he's got some awesome videos. Not everything he does is Warhammer 40k, so there's that. Just a heads up. But if you go to his videos, he's funny as hell. Even if you can't find his Warhammer 40k videos, I'm sure if you message him, he'd be able to point them out to you, or somebody in his chat would be able to point them out to you. Give all his videos a go, because he's hilarious, he's awesome, he's a good guy. Let's see here. Super Saiyan. So Super Saiyan is kind of up there with Chapter Master Valrak and Kiroff. He also does... Hey, welcome to the chat. Right now I'm just talking about Warhammer 40k stuff. That's why I have this pause really quick. Oh, let's see you then. He's like, this guy's a nerd. But anyway, Super Saiyan, he does a lot of product reviews. Like, he'll buy things that he personally bought and puts together, because that's what he does. There's different aspects to this hobby. Some people are in it for the competitive play. Some people are in it for narrative play. Some people are in it for just collecting and assembling and painting the miniatures. I, right now, collect and paint the miniatures. I have not been able to find a local group to play Warhammer 40k with, but I would love to for the narrative play. I'm not a big competitive guy. But yeah, he shows you like what's in the box, what you get with the sprues, he covers how much each sprue is worth. Is it worth, you know, is what you get in the box worth how much GW's, you know, charging you? And each of these guys, I believe, Chapter Master Valrak, Kiroth, and Super Saiyan, I think they all have like, I don't remember if Super Saiyan does. I haven't watched one of his videos in a while because YouTube's doing this thing where I'm getting ghost subbed, which is I'm getting randomly subbed to other channels, and then channels that I am subbed to, it either kicks them off my sub list or it makes it so I don't get any notifications for those videos anymore. But they also have like sometimes like promotional codes or things like that you guys can get like your Warhammer 40 stuff, Warhammer 40k stuff or Warhammer Age of Sigmar stuff off at 1%, but most of that stuff is like over at UK, so I don't really use that stuff, use those promotion codes. But if you are in the UK, then you're getting a good deal. Who else? Winters SEO. God, I love his channel. Winters, when I was reading the rulebook for 8th edition, I came across his channel. He does, well, what the hell are they called? Not kind of story-based missions, like they're not competitive, narrative play, where he plays up against other people in his community, and he films it. You know, he explains the rules, he explains if he's got the rules wrong. He shows off his army, he shows off the other person's army. There's a really great narrative play, does a really good job. He also has a tutorial on how he painted some of his miniatures, which is really cool, how he painted his Adeptus Mechanicus army. He gives his own, he has a few videos on his own lore of his homebrew space chapter, which is basically your own made-up Space Marine chapter, which you can do. So if you're wanting to learn, like, see the rules in action and things like that, definitely give him a go. Snipe and Wib. They don't always have, they're not 100% Warhammer 40k. They do have various different things that they stream, like games and podcasts that they do. Very, very funny couple. One thing they started doing was called Codex Compliance, is which they take the really old rule books, they kind of show them off a bit, and they kind of show where the lore has gone from there to today. And it's really interesting seeing those old rule books and some of the arts and some of the funny things that were in them. Definitely give them, the look at, especially if you like looking at old lore, things like that. They did, I believe, play 1 or 2 games, but they are also very warm welcoming people, and they're definitely worth a chance to watch. Now, Bearden 40k, I recently found him when Kill Team came out, just the new release, because I was going to do a Tyranid Kill Team. He's very good if you want to get into one of the subgenre games like Kill Team, which is Warhammer 40k with a different set of rules, because you're using a smaller amount of miniatures, and it kind of has its own rule set, so it's not completely like Warhammer 40k, which is a giant army versus army battle. This is more like special operas team versus special ops versus special ops. So you're only going to have maybe 4 or 5 guys on your squad, and the other guy depending on the cost, may have 3 to 4 guys on his squad. So he's really good with that. He's really good with the lore. He's been keeping up with it. He's an awesome guy. He talks about strategy and everything else. So go see him. The last guy I'm going to mention about is Arch Warhammer. Arch Warhammer has really great lore. He's protected the community a lot, just like Kamazar Gamza. I mean, even more so. There is a group of people who I don't even know if they're around anymore. I think that group cannibalized themselves and is now defunct. But they basically came in and said all these horrible things about Warhammer 40k community. And he said, well, okay, let's have a civilized chat and discuss things. Their response was, no, you're a Nazi, you're a fascist, you're basically Hitler. I mean, it went on and on and on. And every time they would try to put a hit piece out on the Warhammer community through really bad journalism, he debunked it. He challenged it. He debunked it. He gave proof. These are people that say, lore doesn't matter, but somewhere in the books it says this when it doesn't. So, I mean, the people that he defended the community against get a platinum medal in mental gymnastics that they do. I'm really hoping that community is gone. I haven't heard anything from it. I knock on wood they won't be back. Because there's a lot of people who try to say that the Warhammer community, is bad. It's not bad. I mean, everybody who I've seen in the community, very, very warm-hearted people that are just, they're there to welcome in new people, to get new people adjusted to the setting, thing like that. They're not there to gatekeep. Archhammer, it's not Archhammer, it's Arch Warhammer. I didn't properly write. I kind of just scribbled my notes, so hold on one second, guys. Oh, him too. I forgot. Yeah, Arch Warhammer, my bad. Yeah, so definitely give him, if you like the lore, you want to in-depth dive into the lore, he's the guy to go to. He's got a ton of lore videos. He's got gameplay of him playing Warhammer, Total War, things like that. He's a really good guy to check out. The last channel I'm going to talk about is Tabletop Minions. He's not necessarily a Warhammer 40k mainly channel. He has painted some Warhammer 40k miniatures, not minions. But he has a great video about a great series about, getting your first paintbrush. Or not paintbrush, but airbrush. A series about getting your first airbrush, what to look for, what not to buy, how to set it up, safety precautions, things like that. He also goes over, I think, some painting tips and tricks and things like that to do, and a lot of variety of other things that include not just Warhammer 40k, but miniatures and things like that. So definitely give that guy a go too. Now, for the last part of this video, and I know I've been rambling on for almost 20 minutes now, are channels that rubbed me the long way or I didn't really like. The first channel is One-Minded Syndicate. Now, I won't be posting links to their channels, not because I'm mean or I don't want you guys to go see them. I just don't want somebody to view the channels. Well, he doesn't like them, so I should go to their videos and downvote. I'm not saying that. One-Minded Syndicate, I first hopped on their videos. They're very early videos about lore, which are great. They're constructed in a unique way that, in a unique kindish way where it's point A, point B, point C, point D, and they explain that thing. They explain it to you. But later down the line, they don't do that. Everything just kind of runs together, and the guy, I'm not sure which one it is, but the main guy who does the narration, excuse me, to me kind of got monotonish and kind of boring. They would be going on about lore stuff, and I would space out. It's not that they're a bad channel. A lot of their lore comes from Wikipedia, so some of their lore isn't quite right, and people will point that out in their comment section. If my only constructive criticism would be digest the knowledge that you have read and put it into your own words. Because reading from a page can put, it's nothing new. You're not delivering really new information. You're not, I don't really know how to put it other than it just kind of puts me to sleep. So that's that. Spiky bits. Do not like spiky bits whatsoever. In my personal opinion, very shady. He's allegedly stole stuff, and I say allegedly, from other content creators and kind of try to allegedly pass it off as his own content. And allegedly he does this with smaller channels, or allegedly channels that may or may not be bigger than him. This is all allegedly. So I really, I don't like that. It rubs me the wrong way. It allegedly makes him seem shady. One thing I can say for sure though is one of his videos that really turned me off is about the knights that came out. There's these giant mecha robots in Warhammer 40k that go stompy stomp, killy killy. And at the time I was looking how to put magnets into them so that way I could switch out their arms and things like that. And one of his videos is supposed to be I don't know if it's supposed to be a tutorial, but it's kind of set up like that, where he kind of points out where the magnets are, but he doesn't really show how he got the magnets into the model. And then there was, I don't know if it's still up, a link to his website where it's supposed to give you a more detailed, step-by-step procedure with pictures on what he did, to his miniature, so you could do that too, except for it's basically just a written out explanation of the YouTube video that tells you to click on the YouTube video to see how he did it. That rubbed me no. Next is the Long Lord, which is a guy that's associated with Spiky Bits. He's a good painter, but the dude just comes off way too edgy for me. That's all I gotta say. Like, he's too edgy, tries to be this big tough guy. I mean, he looks like a big tough guy, but the edge and the attitude, it's not for me. Oh, something I can say, Spiky Bits had a friend, has a friend, and I shouldn't have to say allegedly, but I guess I'll say allegedly just to keep my ass covered from this, but has a friend who wrote a hit piece on Arch Warhammer, because Arch Warhammer said some things to defend the Warhammer community, and I guess Spiky Bits didn't like that, so he allegedly didn't like that, and then allegedly had his friend write kind of this really poor hit piece about Arch Warhammer, and the guy didn't even get his YouTube channel name right. So there's that. I'm not trying to cause any drama. I don't think there's really any big drama in the Warhammer 40K community, except for one guy which nobody really likes, and apparently he doesn't get any views, but I don't know who that guy is because I've never gone to his channel. But yeah, I really hope this video helps you guys out. I will put, like I said, I will put the links in the description of the video. And I hope that this video really helps you guys get into Warhammer 40K. Really helps you out. Gives you some, I was going to say tools, but not tools, but gives you some guidance on where to get started, where to jump in, and kind of where to steer clear from. Anyway, guys, I've been Ramen Rider. I've rambled on long enough. I'm sorry if this was kind of a boring video. You know, not much gameplay, but I can't really fight guys and keep my, you know, keep myself, my thoughts in check. Whoop. But yeah, I'm Ramen Rider. This has been my Warhammer 40K almost 30-minute rant. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a good one. Bye.